St. Mary's Hospital is proud to support Real Men Wear Pink, along with all the teams who come together to unite in the mission to raise awareness of breast cancer.
How many of you gentlemen know someone of any kind who has had cancer? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you, and I know with Caleb's situation, you know it well, but how many of you have a mom or a grandma or an aunt who has maybe had breast cancer? Raise your hand. All right. How many of you at some point, and this is a serious question, so let's treat it as such, how many of you wish to be husbands or fathers, or maybe someday when you're retired and sitting in your rocking chair on your front porch, grandfathers? Raise your hand. So here's why we're here. Let me have your attention. Here's why we're here. Because there are 14 high school teams and my Millikan University football team, and you're all on the same team. And that's because by the time you become husbands, fathers, grandfathers, we want to figure out, with folks like St. Mary's help, folks like you who might want to become doctors or researchers, we want to figure out a cure for cancer. Because those of you who have felt it firsthand, known somebody, maybe somebody's passed from it, it's awful. Me personally, I've had breast cancer twice, and it's not fun. I was coaching, like Coach Wagers just coached with you, I was coaching, and just imagine this scene, because it wasn't any prettier than this scene is standing right here before you. I had no hair, and I had no color for a year. But it was working with my team that made it okay. It was working with a group of young folks like you every day that made me want to get up and go to work. And it was a belief, a real belief that I was going to win. Just like you believe this weekend you're going to compete. I had to wake up every day and compete. And that's what the men and women that you know that are battling breast cancer have to do as well. So here's what my challenge is to you. You don't have to raise any money and you don't have to sell any shirts, because we're here to celebrate you and what you bring to the table as students, as athletes, as men. But here's the biggest challenge you're going to have this week. It's not that guy you line up across the line from on Friday night. It's I want you to go home and tell the women in your life that you love them enough that you want them to take care of themselves so they could be here for a lot more Friday and Saturdays. I want you to tell them that you love them enough that you want them to call and see the doctor. I want you to tell them you love them enough that you will do whatever it takes to help keep them well. Think you can do that? That's not easy. It's not easy for really handsome young men like you to say to your mom, hey mom, I love you, or your grandma, or your aunt, or whoever's taking care of you. That's hard. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you take time and you look them in the eye, and you reach out and you give them a hug, I almost guarantee you a tear's going to go down their face. Because all they want, all your mamas want, is to know that you love them. So if you have the courage to say that to your mom tonight, you'll have the courage to line up every Friday night. And whether you wear pink or whether you wear orange, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you have it in your heart to care. So on behalf of St. Mary's Hospital and Matt Hall and Newhoff Media and Maverick Marketing, we thank you for your team being a part of our bigger team. And I really and truly hope you never ever have to go through what other folks are going through.